changed my life. I was in the trap OG, serving out white. Think about it day to day, day and night. Last night I had a drink, and it felt so right. In the trap was serving fiends. Put work on triple beams. Come on, man. Big 40.
Thanks for having me, bro. Yes, sir. Yo. Hip Hop meets hoops.
Welcome to another episode of Hip Hop Hoops. I am your host, Anthony Iguodaro. I got my host with me. Mr. Woods is in the building.
What up? Let's go.
You know, today we got the legendary Mr. DJ Wikked is in the building, everybody. Let's go.
Come take your flowers, baby. Come take your flowers. Well earned, baby. Well earned.
Listen, we appreciate you. You know, we know you're probably DJing last night. You got something to do tonight. You know what I mean?
Grinding.
Taking that time to come sit down with Hip Hop Hoops.
Appreciate you.
We appreciate it. This
Definitely.
is big for us.
It's huge.
So thank you, my brother.
I appreciate that. I appreciate the invite. You know, I also too, I watch y'all too, man, you know, because, you know, I'm a big hoop guy. So,
Yes.
Yeah.
you know, when it comes to ball, particular NBA, you know, I always got something to say. You know
Yes,
what I mean?
sir.
And
I remember the first time we had a conversation in DMs. It was about the Iman Shumpert. when he was talking with the
You know.
Cavs and what he was like, yo, let me come on and talk about this stuff, man.
I mean, that went viral, right?
Yes,
so
it did.
Obviously, you know, it's another topic of discussion when it comes to LeBron. You know what I mean? I mean, we
Right.
get into all that too. You know, whatever you guys want to do today.
We will soon. But we want to talk about you. We want the people who don't know. We know, but we want the people who don't know to know who is DJ Wikked.
You know, I've been DJing for, I say, about 20 plus years in the
Mm.
city. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much been like a staple out here
Facts.
doing my thing. You know, always represent for the city no matter where I go, no matter
Always.
where I DJ, doesn't matter what city, what country I'm in. Always repping for the sixth side. And, you know, I just been like put in the work. I haven't really stopped since I started.
Yeah.
And you know, I've been fortunate to be working with a lot of big companies, a lot of big promotions, a lot of big events. So, you know, I've been fortunate to be in this game for this long because, you know, a lot of people in this game, they don't really last
Facts.
this long. You
No,
know,
they don't.
they might have like a good start, you know, but then they kind of like fade out because the
Mhm.
game changes. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Just like the NBA.
Yo.
You know, some guys start
Yup.
off well in the season, you know, in their careers, and then they kind of just fizzle out.
Fade
you know
to
what I mean?
black.
And the ones that are the
Definitely.
real deals, they
They're the ones that
go
last
through
long.
the
Find
test
a
of
way.
time.
They find
exactly.
a way to stay
And
relevant.
relevant,
Mhm.
exactly.
Definitely.
So
you got to keep putting up the numbers too, right?
No,
Exactly.
So that's another thing. Like, it's all
You're
about the
19
numbers.
LeBron?
Definitely, man.
You're 19 LeBron, huh?
Empty calories, though, man. I'm sorry, man. But anyway,
Who are some of the people who influenced you?
Like for DJ wise,
musically,
yeah, musically.
I mean, coming up, you know, a young kid coming out of Scarborough, you know, that's where I'm from, East Side. So
Shout out to
Okay.
East End.
I was you know, a young kid in the East End in Scarborough, listening to like Clue tapes. You know what I'm saying?
Classic.
You know, I was listening to a lot of East Coast New York rap.
Yeah,
So like
definitely.
Mobb Deep,
Always.
Nas,
Yup.
you know, all of them, Big,
Is
Wu-Tang.
Mobb Deep one of the best rap groups
For me,
of all
yeah.
times?
For me,
Definitely.
yeah.
Me
For
too.
me,
I
yeah.
agree.
You know,
Wu-Tang #1 for me, but I love Mobb Deep.
Gotta love the
yeah.
mob, man.
I mean,
Facts.
Ray and Ghost,
Ooh.
those are my dudes right there. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I definitely came up in that golden era.
yeah.
So a lot of the influence that I come or came from that I bring to the table now, a lot of it came from that era. You know what I'm saying? Which was, you know, I feel like it was like the pure essence of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't about, you know, the big money. It wasn't about corporations.
The gimmicks and all
the
that
gimmicks
stuff.
and all
Right.
that, you know, social media and all that.
Lyrics.
There was no social media, right?
Bottom
So it was
line.
just straight, raw raps
Straight.
and the essence of hip hop. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like you was doing it for clout. We was doing this for talent. You know what I mean? Like who got the bars?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it wasn't a popularity contest.
Not
It
at
was like
all.
a talent contest.
Straight
Like, who's
up.
got the bars?
It's
You
all
know what I
about
mean?
quality, man. Not that quantity stuff, man.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You had to chin up on those bars. You had to come with those bars.
Exactly.
Do them
I like
chin-ups,
that. Chin up
man.
on those bars.
Yeah, real talk. Real talk,
I
man.
like that.
But as a DJ and doing it for so long, like you had to be inspired by, before you came on, other DJs. So,
Oh, yeah.
So my question is, who are your top 3 DJs?
My top, damn, I get asked this question, and it's always tough because for me, you know, obviously, you know, because mixtape DJ was what I listen to personally at home. But you know, when you go to the club, a lot of DJs, they don't really play a lot of those joints that you hear in your whip.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right,
Like you gotta
right,
hear the
right.
club shit, right?
Right.
So, you know, I gotta break it down to like who my club DJs are, like that influence me, and then who like.
So let's break it
mixtape.
down to the two, like, you know what I mean?
I mean, for me, definitely Clue, like I said, because
Yes.
you know,
Yeah.
we was like, you know, as soon as he dropped, we're
Yeah,
going
go
to the
get
flea
that.
market and popping that tape. You know what I'm saying?
These kids
That
will
is
never know about the
facts.
flea
Yeah.
markets,
You
man.
know, and for Toronto, I mean, I was listening to like Mastermind. He was an influence for me, you know, for a Toronto DJ, because he was doing stuff back then that a lot of Toronto DJs weren't doing.
Right. Shout out
So,
Mastermind, man.
Shout out to Mastermind.
Come on, man.
Legendary.
Legendary right there.
So, you know, when it comes to club shit, you know, obviously back then I used to watch Kid Capri. He did his thing. Like he was like a
rock club.
he was like an artist.
Yeah.
You know, he was putting on a show like an artist would
His
put on a
voice,
show.
though, man.
Yeah.
His voice is so commanding.
Yeah. He made me feel like, yo, DJing is not just coming in and playing music. You know what I mean? Like you got to make an impression to these people, and you got to put on a show.
Right.
You know, let motherfuckers know, like, you know, I'm in the building. You know, what I
Fat
mean? I'm
Man
not
Scoop.
just-
Yeah.
Yeah. Fat Man Scoop.
I mean, Fat Man Scoop was for me was more so like,
Hype.
and this is no disrespect to him, but he was
Got
more
a
like for the,
$20 bill if you have
yeah,
it.
for like the commercial.
That won't get
you know
old
what I mean?
ever, man.
That'll never get old, man. It's a timeless
Yeah.
track right there.
You know, so he definitely got it in when it came to, you know, more commercialized and more, I guess, the more general public, you know what I'm saying? But
Right.
like people that were in the streets, you know, there was so many other DJs that, you know, like I came up to listening to, like when it comes to mixtape, like K Slate too, he was
K-Slate.
definitely one of my
K-Slate.
dogs, you know what I'm saying? And,
You gotta forget about him.
you know, a lot, like I said, there was a lot of New York DJs.
Well, they were
You know.
influencing they were influencing the ting like
Yeah.
for a
Yeah.
minute. For a
Yeah.
minute,
They
man.
were definitely on top of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah,
Come
that's
on,
it.
man.
It was the New York run when I was
Yeah.
coming up.
Straight, same,
Facts.
same.
So, and that was
Definitely.
for everything. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Definitely.
Like, you know,
From
They're,
music
they're so close
Yeah.
to
to us.
basketball,
sports, yeah.
all that.
entertainment.
Basketball?
I think New York had it, man. Like I think everybody kind of wanted to play at the Rucker, like having
Yeah,
them hoop
I can
dreams
give them that.
to go to the Rucker and, all that
and
good
high school hoops. I was more thinking about the NBA level. Like
Right,
Knicks
right.
ain't never been good in so long.
Well, that's because of MJ. Right?
you know what I
MJ
mean?
shut that down.
Shut that
You know,
down
Like,
real
look what
quick.
happened when MJ retired. They made it to the finals.
They
yeah,
did.
he
Right.
came back. They were out of
Came
there.
Back, they're out of there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So, but you know, that's for a lot of guys when it came to MJ, right?
Right.
So he shut down a lot of guys'
Definitely.
dreams of getting a ring.
I want to ask you when you are in the club, like how do you like what's the deciding factor? Like how am I gonna rock the crowd? Like you said, as far as like, you know, like this younger generation, they're not gonna listen to the old school mixtape stuff that we grew up.
Yeah.
And that's for like me, I'm driving my car. Like how do you know when to play what?
I mean, because when you get booked for a variety of different parties, you know, you start to classify what you're gonna do for that night. You know what I'm saying? So, for example, if I'm getting booked at, you know, some club like, for example, on King Street, where it might be predominantly white people, I can't go too hard. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, I gotta give them, the hip hop and I gotta give them the trap. But it'll be different if I'm doing like, you know, a different, like if I'm doing something in the hood or if I'm doing, you know, some in the strip club, you know what I'm saying?
You gotta
over
mix
there.
it up with that mixtape
I gotta do
bag
it. Yeah,
and all
exactly.
that.
So my game plan is always pretty much the same. Like I have an idea of exactly kind of what I want to do, but I'm always able to like switch it up because you never know, right? You might have something planned, but then when you get to the club, it's a totally different vibe that you need to be able to adjust.
Right, facts.
So you can't really like, you know, fully 100% plan what you're doing.
Right.
But for me, I like to have an idea as to what I'm gonna do. So I know if when I gotta go in, I already know I got my crates locked and loaded. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And I know exactly where I'm going. So it really depends on the party that I'm getting booked for because like I said.
So you'll know once you get booked, like, okay, this is the kind of party.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Yeah. All right,
exactly.
all right, okay.
Exactly. Like for example, like if I'm getting booked in Miami, I know I'm on some Miami vibes. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be different from how I play in Toronto.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If I get booked in the Caribbean, I'm on some Caribbean vibes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I
Right.
won't be playing as much, you know, new hip hop as I would like, you know, back here or in Miami. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Facts. I mean, 20 years in, man. So like very versatile. You kind of can adapt. You kind of know the vibes. You know what I mean? Let's talk about artists real quick. Who are your top 5 artists?
Top 5.
Top
It's
5.
hard. If you want to go 10,
It's
I
hard.
would
are we
prefer
talking
order.
Yeah.
I'd prefer you do it in order. But
Are we talking?
maybe I should have told you about this night.
Are we talking personal? Are we talking personal top 5? Or are we talking
I don't want
right
to do.
now?
I don't want to do
Well, you know
personal.
what?
The reason why I don't want to do personal because, like, one of my best friends, Big L, is his favorite artist,
Yeah.
and he puts Big L. No, Big L's number 1. Well, you
can't do
we
that.
can't
right
do
now. Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Like, we got to be like, you know what I mean?
All right, so we're going
Like
right
Rasheed
now.
Wallace is one of my favorite power forwards.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say he's the best power forward of all time.
But he's up
I'm
there.
gonna be realistic.
I'll give
He's
you
not up
realistic.
there. He's not even top 5.
Come on, man.
Like he's not even top 5. But he was
Alright.
one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say he's the greatest power forward of all time. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
fair. Jay-Z's my favorite artist of all time.
Yeah.
I already know that Pac and Biggie are on another levels. That for me, you feel what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I don't want the personal.
So I guess, you know, for me, who I think is popping right now, and me
Yeah.
best, and personally for me, I mean, obviously, you know, Baby, you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
I'm fucking with ESC right now.
Mm.
ESCG, he going hard.
Why
right
he didn't
now.
want to get searched, man? He's like, man, I'm not gonna get searched coming in this club. I'd rather lose this 50K. We're out.
I mean, people have to make their own decision what works for them, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like, you know, there's people that are like that.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? Like, it
He's
is
out of
what it
Louisville,
is.
man. That's
It
boys.
is, it is
boys'
what it
boys.
is.
It is what it
You know
is
I mean?
at
But
the
then,
end of the day.
you know, you got to think too, like the people that are booking them, you got to have, you know, a thought process too as regards to like, do you really want to book this guy? If this guy's
Right.
saying he don't want to go in without his, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you got to think back too, like, yo, should we
Right.
even do this?
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I personally, if I was the owner of a club and the homeboy's like really like anal about not,
Like he's
Yeah.
ready
you
to
know,
lose some
coming
money.
in. Yeah,
like,
he's willing to lose all this
Ready
money.
to risk it all.
we might have to
Right?
pass on this one right
Yeah,
here.
like,
Yeah, like what's up? You know what I mean?
right.
I definitely, I'm messing with that Nardo Wick guy right now. He's going hard right now.
I hear
You
the
know?
young people really rock with him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
man.
the reaction that I get from the crowd
You
definitely
playing him?
with him, you know, Dirk too,
Yes.
you know. So I put those 4 and
But is this all time? We want all time.
all time.
yeah.
I mean,
I get now. Those are some of the artists I listen to now as well. But I want
Man.
all time.
okay, all time. That's a
Yeah.
totally different one. I mean,
Yes.
for me, I'm a big Styles P fan.
Yo.
You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
so you seen what Styles P? I
said
posted it the other day when
He
you
said
said what he
said
said
it.
about
And I
nobody's
agree.
better than him than Biggie.
I
You
agree
with that?
I agree with that.
So
I
you must
think-
agree with that.
I do to a certain extent.
Come on, man.
To a certain
I
extent.
think that whole
You know,
camp.
but again, I'm biased when it comes to Styles P, right?
Yeah.
So,
And I'm not even biased. I'm a G Unit guy to the
Oh.
death of me. But when it comes to bars,
Yeah.
that D
He
block,
said he was
that D
nobody's
block
better than
Styles,
him in the
oh my
rap game
gosh.
besides Biggie.
Yo,
Man, I can't agree with
I'll
that.
co-sign
one, man.
that.
I can't co-sign.
I'm co-signing.
I think he was smoking a little bit too much that day, man.
I'm
Sorry.
co-signing. But anyway,
my
Go ahead,
favorite,
Joe.
my favorite rapper of all time is Nas.
Nas.
Right.
That's my favorite rapper of all time.
mhm.
You know, timeless music when it comes to him.
Do
Yes,
you think
definitely.
he gets the credit that he deserves? I feel he doesn't.
I don't think so either. In the hip hop game, no. But I mean, obviously, right now he's making his money.
Yeah.
You know
He's
what
doing
I'm
other
saying?
things.
Right now.
He's doing
He's
other
laughing
things.
right now,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So, but again, it's an acquired taste, right?
Right.
So if you're into bars and you know lyrics that make you think,
Yo.
Yeah.
you know
Some
what I'm saying? And it's not
storytelling.
just some, like,
Storytelling.
yeah, storytelling.
Come on,
you know what I
man.
mean? Like
Nas is the guy.
Nas,
Nas is
you
that
know,
guy.
Big,
Yo.
you know, Raekwon. Like these are my guys right here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
So you got so far I heard you say Biggie,
yeah,
Styles P, Nas,
Raekwon.
That-
I'm gonna
No.
put Ray up there too.
Ray
Okay.
in
I
the
gotta
top
put- I-
5?
Yeah, Ray.
Okay.
Ray's up there for me.
Oh,
I
that
gotta
reaction.
put Prodigy.
That was a good reaction.
I gotta put
Ray in your
Prodigy.
top 5? Okay.
I gotta put Prodigy.
So
Yeah.
those 5.
Yeah, Prodigy's up there for me.
Come on,
Prodigy
man.
is
Personally.
nice, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh man. He's
Storytelling.
probably another one that probably doesn't get talked about enough.
Oh,
Prodigy,
for sure.
man.
For sure.
And that's why you got to rate 50 for putting them back on that platform, man.
But he
Bringing them
he
up.
didn't really
man.
do much with my
He had the
G-Unit,
1-2
though.
controversial tracks
Listen, we not
under
gonna
that
talk about
50 umbrella,
right now.
man. But
50,
anyway,
we
I'm not going to talk
50.
about it,
Yeah,
man.
50. Yeah.
Yeah,
Watch
yeah.
Power tonight, though.
Come on. Ooh.
Oh, that's the hottest shit right now.
You already know, man.
So who was it? You got Biggie,
Yeah.
Styles P,
Yeah.
Raekwon,
Yeah.
Nas.
Nas, and Prodigy.
Yeah.
Like
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's how you know you're
that-
talking to a
those
mind
are all
right
spitters.
here,
Those
bro.
are all spitters,
Come on.
though. So I see the angle that he's going with. Those are all
Definitely,
spitters.
It's also too like, you know, what was going on in my life at that time when I was,
Yeah.
you know, when these guys were at their peak.
Right.
Right. So a lot of times when it comes to hip hop, you just remember the time when those songs came out, what you was going on, what was going on in your life at that time, right?
Yes.
So I was going through a lot of shit. So that music got me through a lot of shit. So it hits different for me. It's not just music, it's more than music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So again, it comes down to how the music hits you, right? And when it hits you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Is Raekwon the best to come out of the woo? For me, he is. I like him.
Yeah, for me, yeah, for sure.
That first album, man.
Definitely.
When he dropped, man.
But Ghost, Meth, they're not that far behind.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
That whole
they're not
group
far
was just
behind. Like
crazy.
Meth in his prime.
That whole group.
Sheesh.
Remember, he was the only one who got that feature from Biggie. Like that first Biggie album, he was the only one on it.
Yeah.
So Biggie
That's
already
crazy.
Knew. You already knew.
And that song is just like timeless
Classic.
itself, right?
Yeah.
So, man, when Wu came,
Yo,
they took over. Wu wear, everybody started wearing wallabies again.
They were definitely ahead of their time.
Go get your Clarks.
they were ahead of their time.
Ahead of their
Yeah.
time, for sure.
So how do you feel about music today in Toronto? Like the evolution of it, man. You've been around 20 years in the game DJing, and you know we got obviously Drake, who's just like, you know, the king of this thing right now, taking over. You got Tory Lanez, and then you got all these other guys that are coming up right now. How do you feel about the evolution of music today in Toronto?
I personally love it.
Yup.
Because I come from a time when nobody was talking Toronto. You know what I'm saying? When it came to hip hop.
You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, guys in their inner circles, yes.
Yes.
But as a collective,
no.
the way
I
it's
think maybe
moving
that's
now,
why we love New York rap so much, because it was the closest thing to us.
Yeah.
And we weren't really listening to our own at that time.
Yeah.
Right.
But there was, like, again, New York was going through their thing, right?
Yeah.
So it was like, you know, the whole world was on New York. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just us.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like LA, Atlanta, everybody was on New York, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, but for Toronto, I mean, I came up in a time where they weren't respecting our craft out here. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, and this is not a knock on anybody during those times, but like, I feel like there was a lot of times where guys that were in the forefront when Toronto was just started doing their thing, I feel like they didn't have all the guys that should have been at the forefront. They had certain guys that I guess were politically, you know, at the forefront. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't really what the
politics of the
people's
game, man.
because the game is different, right? Like the streets, they know what time it is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But then if you got corporations or you got certain people that are in certain positions to put their guy on,
That's all.
that might not be the guy that the people want. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I like now with the internet, these artists get a chance to bypass all that and just go straight to the people.
That's
you know what I'm
it.
saying?
And let the
social
people
media-
decide, man.
Exactly. Let the people decide. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? And
I
they
love
get
it.
Exactly.
and it makes the game, it's a game changer.
Yeah.
Right?
It's almost an even playing field, man. You
Exactly.
can't deny good music, right?
Exactly.
And Toronto's definitely stepping up, man. But I definitely, just to piggyback off that respect, you know what I mean? They don't respect Toronto, I feel, you know what I mean, in the hip hop game. Now, kind of, but in the hip hop game, in the NBA world, when it comes to Toronto, the other folks in the States, elsewhere, they just put us in the back burner, even though we're putting in the work.
Well, I mean, for me personally, I mean, I can't speak for everybody else, but like, because I go to the States a lot. So I get a lot of talk from them, and they are definitely respecting Toronto right now.
Oh, let's go.
You know,
Who are some of the artists that you hear? Like,
I mean, obviously, you know, there's the Pressas,
Yes.
you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Doovy's making some noise.
Yes.
You know,
Doovy's nice, man.
Yes.
there's so many artists that,
Yes.
you know, that I'm surprised that they even know. But again, internet is worldwide, right?
Bottom
So
line.
you gonna touch everybody. It wasn't like back then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But
Only
DJ Wikked,
Toronto.
can I just intervene real quick? That Jane and Finch music just slaps different.
Yeah.
From the north side to the south side. Pressa, Doovie. Let's go.
You know, most definitely.
Most definitely,
You know,
baby.
So, you know, and there's like, you know, east side, west side, you know what I'm saying? Up
Mhm.
top, like everybody's doing their thing in Toronto. So, you know, people in America, when I hear from them and they tell me, yo, what's up with this dude? What's this? And I'll be like surprised that they know them. And I'm like, how you know what you know about that? You know what I mean? And they're
Okay.
just like, yo, Toronto's doing their thing. And even not even just artists, it's producers too that they're on,
Nice.
right? Because you know, some of these a lot of my American DJs buddies, they always hit me up when they come and they get booked in Toronto. They're like, yo, Wikked, what's the hottest shit in Toronto? Send me some shit. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, every major city, people know there's always those songs and those artists that are only popping in that city.
In that city.
Right?
Right.
So if you're a good DJ, you know this. So if
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to Atlanta, I'm gonna hit up Holiday, I'm gonna hit up Drama and be like, yo, Who's the newest? Like I know the Migos, the Baby, I know all that, but who's popping in the strip
like
clubs?
that.
Like
I
so
that.
they'll send me the joints, or I'll
Right.
send them the joints when they come to Toronto, and that's basically like doing your homework. You know what I mean?
Bottom line, you nailed it, man. Coming prepared, man. That's the only way
Exactly.
you're gonna pass the test.
Exactly.
Come on.
I love that. I
I
love,
love that right there, man. I
Yes,
love it.
sir.
DJ Wikked, baby. Come
already
on,
know,
man.
you already know,
That's
man.
free game right there,
I'm
man.
giving a lot of gems tonight.
Free game right there, man. Come on.
We're gonna go into basketball, brother, because I know you're just a huge basketball fan,
Let's
man.
go.
We always talk about basketball all the time, man. How do you feel about the Raptors this year, man?
Woo.
I mean, obviously they had a slow start,
Tell them.
and
Pascal wasn't in. He didn't start off.
and this one thing too that I hate about certain people, because I see all the comments about Pascal, and I'm just like, man,
Talk to him, DJ.
I hate when you know the game for a long time and not just you just jumped on when it became popular. Because I was watching the NBA before it got popular. When it was the game. You know what I'm
to
saying?
him, man.
Going to games.
Yeah, so guys, we gave guys that were great a pass if they had a bad game.
Right.
Or maybe even if they even had a bad season.
Bottom
what I'm saying?
line.
We look at the whole outlook, everything, top to bottom. So I don't forget too. A lot of guys forget things. You know what I'm saying? They forget shit. What
Selective
guys
memory,
did.
like-
Exactly.
You know what?
Exactly.
I agree
Like-
with you, especially with Pascal, because he made third team All NBA.
Yes.
One
Tell
year.
him.
Yes.
You know what I mean? He gets hurt, and COVID happened. So his
COVID
shoulder was
happened.
bad.
Exactly.
COVID happened. He didn't get to
And
work out
even
with
to
his trainer.
piggyback, just to piggyback off the COVID piece, before we went on that little 4-month hiatus,
Right.
he was hooping.
No, he
Yeah.
was. He was.
He was hooping.
He was.
Then you take 4 months off, you can't go to a
And he
gym.
wasn't working
Yeah.
out.
Come on.
Yeah.
He wasn't working
exactly.
out.
But people don't talk about that.
Every year that I seen him come in the game into the season, he's always gotten better.
Yeah.
Like, remember, this guy was a late draft pick. You know what I mean?
Come on.
First
Yeah.
round draft pick.
For me, he's already solidified. You know
Facts.
what I'm saying?
He is
So
to me. Yeah.
Facts.
he might have a bad game, maybe have a bad stretch, you know what I'm saying? But, I know he gon' do what he gotta do. You know what I'm saying? And as you can see now, I mean,
He's hooping.
I'm
Raptors,
laughing.
they on a real run right now.
Come
You know what I'm
on,
saying? They
man.
making a push. They
Like
ain't
a-
waiting for after the All-Star season.
Nope.
They're
Yeah.
going right in right
They're
now.
going
The
in
crazy
now.
thing is, certain basketball heads in the States, that is, they projected the Raptors to win 35 games.
It always, come on, you know
I'm
that,
like,
man.
the disrespect is
You know
real.
they keep
The
doing that
disrespect
every
is
year.
real. You know what I
It's
They
mean?
do that every
We
year,
we
man.
touching 30 before All-Star
on,
break,
man.
possibly, man.
I don't even pay attention to those
Come
guys
on, man.
no
I just
more.
want- I just
That's
want-
why we have hip hop hoop.
That's why we're here,
Exactly.
baby.
Come on now.
That's why we're here,
Exactly.
man.
Let's go, man.
Let's go,
Exactly.
man.
How do you feel about Freddie making the All-Star
Woo!
team? Do
Oh,
you think,
man.
do you think
Freddie
Pascal?
All-Star.
To me, I don't know who I would have replaced. I can't. It's hard. But I wanted to get Pascal in there too. I felt he should have been in reserve.
Yeah.
To me,
Yeah.
Freddie, well-deserved. Well-deserved. Bet on yourself. Congratulations, Freddie. You deserve that,
You know who
for
I'm
sure.
gonna say? Should have got Pascal. Should have been in for Jason Tatum. Sorry, I'm gonna say it.
Yeah, Tatum been a little quiet this season.
He's
I'ma
been
say
really,
it.
he's been really
quiet.
up
I'ma
and
say
down.
it.
So,
Yeah.
so I'm not mad at you.
Thank you.
Finally, I'm not mad at you for saying that.
Appreciate you,
I
brother.
will go with that.
Appreciate
I will go
you,
with
brother.
that. I will go
mean,
with that.
You already know when it comes to All-Star Weekend, there's always going to be those tough ones where,
Yeah.
like, man, this guy should have been on it instead of this guy. It's always going to be tough. There's always going to be the obvious, and then there's going to be areas where it's like, okay, this one, it could go either way.
Right.
It could be this guy, could be this guy. Either way is not the wrong answer.
Yeah.
So, you just got to just go with it. You know what I mean?
I
It
think
is
I
what
think
it is.
Tatum is just going off of the name more so what he did.
Yeah.
And
you
where
know,
he's at,
previous years.
Boston.
Boston.
Like, shout out RJ. I mean, the big market teams are always gonna get the love from the media and all that. So I watched Lakers and Knicks last night. I'm like, on Prime TV.
That was
Yeah.
just like
I'm just like, shout
watching-
out RJ, you did your damn thing.
I'm
But
sorry.
I'm just
man.
like,
that hurt my eyes
you know
last
what I
night.
mean?
I'm just
wanna
like,
be
come
honest
on,
with you.
man.
That game hurt my eyes.
you guys put
Yeah.
some respect on the Raptors name, baby.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? But
no.
question, because people look at me like, shout out to everybody sliding in my DMs. You know what I mean? Saying that I talk crazy on hip hop hoops. You know what I mean? I'm gonna continue to talk crazy, but it's just fact, right? But long story short, DJ Wikked, I'm saying Raptors are gonna win the championship in the next 3 to 5 years.
Oh, yeah, you bugging. We need some major pieces.
3 to 5 though.
Tell me
Like,
that
my-
plan,
my-
that game plan.
My
to get
theory
that.
behind it is just like
I got to hear the game plan.
superstars are fading. There's not, the game is shifting. We're going back to teams winning. If you look at the draft class, what superstars are coming up? that Raptors can't deal with.
Yeah, I could see that.
But this
There's
year,
no more LeBron. KD, by the time, in the next 5 years, 3 to 5 years, Steph is going to be a spot-up shooter. Fact.
well, it all depends how long he wants to play.
I'm just saying. I'm
How-
just saying.
How old is Greek?
Greek's only 25.
He's only
And,
25.
and Greek has no answer for what Nick Nurse throws at him. It's just a fact. We swept the season series.
But once you win that chip, everything changes. I've seen so many stars. Once they won their first chip, they
That
become
pressure just
and they just
play
have
loose,
this.
man.
You know,
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. They have that championship pedigree, and they just carry it with them in the playoffs because they know what it takes,
Yeah.
and they know, especially if they lost
Right.
and it took them, hardship to get that ring, that
Yeah.
first ring. They know now exactly what it takes.
But-
You know what I'm saying?
But 2019, who won the chip?
Yeah, but
Right?
listen.
I'm just saying. Freddie was there.
Yeah.
He knows what it takes to win the chip.
yeah,
Pascal knows what it takes to win a chip.
yeah,
Although OG didn't contribute the way he wanted to in 2019, he knows what it takes to win a chip.
yeah.
He does.
And Nick Nurse, come on. I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
I think
But-
we should, I think we
call
should
me
trade
a-
OG. To be
call- yo.
honest, that's my opinion. I think we should trade OG.
You
know how I
keep
feel
saying
about
that.
him.
Man, we ain't gonna
Trade OG.
no, we're
please,
not.
Lord Jesus,
Our
trade
foundation
him
is looking
today.
strong right now.
Today.
But
forgot
shed some light.
You
Shed some
forgot,
light.
you forgot to mention the key vital reason as to why we won. Kawhi Leonard.
He's in LA,
Yes.
sir.
Yeah.
You know, he's no
Yeah.
longer there.
Right.
You know,
That guy is
and
very weird. I'm sorry.
yes,
Mhm.
weird guy. But I mean, if we talking just strictly hoops,
Yeah. I mean, it
he
was
balled for us.
He
hooped.
But
He
But
hooped.
for
He
him,
did.
okay, this is why
Yeah.
I say he's weird. Like, no disrespect. His game is incredible. You know, he seems like a good guy. But the reason why I'm saying this weird, like, how can you be at the parade and what you seen? Like, there's a picture where it shows his glasses,
yeah.
and you just see the crowd,
Facts.
and they're like, "This guy left this
yeah.
to go to LA and just be losing."
Yeah.
Like, if he was there, if he was with us the next
would've
year,
won
we would have won that
back-to-back.
bubble chip.
For
No
sure.
doubt in my mind, we would have won that bubble
For
chip
sure.
with the same team.
For sure. But no,
Your
no,
thoughts
real
on
talk.
that? You don't think we would have won that bubble chip?
I mean, even if we did, I mean, me personally, I wasn't a fan of the bubble. I wasn't, to me, the journey of a championship is 82 games.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have that long stretch before the season
breaks,
starts.
Nothing.
The traveling, that whole stretch of traveling back and forth.
That is different.
And fans.
Right.
You got to have the fucking fans.
Right.
Because,
Like, going to Denver is a problem.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like,
Utah.
driving to, like, flying to
Oh,
Denver is
yeah,
a problem.
yeah. There's
I
certain
agree.
arenas, like, you go play in Golden State, the fans over there
Mhm.
at that arena,
Mhm.
there's just certain cities that, you go to Boston,
Mhm.
the fans are a vital key to, winning or losing sometimes because
Right.
there's certain
I
points of
agree.
the game where the fans can be just so overwhelming that maybe the stars can get over it. Usually
those
the
younger
stars,
players?
but exactly, the younger
Yeah.
players and the
Yeah.
bench players, you know what I'm saying, the role players,
It's something to
They-
to
they
transition.
don't
You can
feel
see,
that.
You can
Yeah.
see it when certain guys play at home.
yeah.
They're making everything.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
when they go
Going
on the
on the road
road,
is a
they
different
can't make no
story.
shots.
And I had
Right.
this argument, with so many friends of mine because I try to tell them, I'm like, there's a reason why in the regular season teams fight for home court advantage. There's a reason for that. There's a reason why even that wording even exists, home court advantage.
Right.
Because when you play in front of your family and your friends, you have a different type of energy going into the game.
I agree.
And
No, I agree.
even when you catch fire, even if you're cold,
Right.
the fans can get you back up.
Right.
You know what I'm
just
saying?
if you make one shot, it could turn it like 3 or 4 back.
Exactly,
Right.
because the adrenaline rush. You know
Fair
what I'm saying?
enough.
And I try to tell people too, it's like me DJing in an empty club. My energy level is not going to be the
It's not gonna
same
be the
if it's just
same.
I'm doing 1,000 people,
Right.
screaming and shouting and turn it up.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like my
Facts.
energy, the way I'm going to DJ is going to be different, and you're going to feel it and you're going to see it.
I agree.
So, with the bubble, I wasn't really a fan of that.
no,
Right.
me
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
to me, it didn't really matter who won. That's an asterisk for me.
LeBron.
Let's
Yeah.
go. I felt the same way.
All right.
I want to know. Okay, this is a 2-part question. I want to know the top 5 NBA players of all time, but I want to know your top 5 Raptors of all time. So let's go with Raptors of all time.
Vince Carter. for
Number
me.
one?
Number one, yeah.
Let's go, my man.
Vince
Let's
Carter.
go.
Gotta pay homage
Let's
to the dude that put us
go.
on the map. He
Let's
put us on
go.
the map.
He did. I'll give you that.
Let's go.
Nobody
I'm
was
sold
even
us out,
thinking
though.
about Toronto Raptors.
Yo, this is not
Sold us
planned
out,
either.
though.
We weren't talking before
all
we did
good. No,
this,
no,
you know,
no.
So I don't want you to think like
You
this
know
is
what?
some type of conspiracy or
VC,
anything.
I,
Don't worry.
I posted him in my story. That
I was shocked when you actually did that.
That
I thought
dunk off in Oakland put us on the map.
Yo, I thought
I'll never
somebody took your
forget.
page. I'm not gonna lie.
Yo, listen.
I was like, damn, they got Woods. They got his page.
You know what I mean?
You post Vince Carter. What happened? You fell for that scam? What's going on?
No. My stance has not changed. You understand that? My stance has not changed. VC, you did put us on the map. I love you to death for that. I just felt like you didn't have to choose your going to your ceremony.
You about to get emotional with this?
You didn't have
just
to
go,
choose.
Just go.
You didn't have to choose.
Oh, this is game 7?
Yeah.
Game 7,
Yeah, he's
man.
about to get emotional.
Why are you
with
gonna
it.
go? Why?
Let him
Walk
finish.
the
Let him
stage?
finish. My
What?
God, I gotta hear about this
Diploma
way
for
too
African
much.
Studies? It's Black History Month. Shout out.
Oh man,
But I'm
you
just
went
saying, man.
in on
Come
what he
on,
was
man.
there for.
Yeah,
What?
everything.
The whole
Yo,
details.
is he a professor right now teaching African Studies?
Okay.
As a retired-
All right.
Don't
Okay.
get me started, man.
Wicked.
Killed us, man.
Vince Carter 1. Who else you got?
DeRozan.
DeRozan?
Yeah, I got to put DeRozan up
Okay.
there.
Mm.
Chris Bosh, Kyle Lowry,
Okay.
and shit. I mean, Van Fleet. I think I might have to put him up there.
Freddie's being a fan favorite, man. He
You know,
just
His
Also,
story.
I don't like I said, I don't forget.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I just remember he was having a slump during our championship run, and when he had his kid, he
Just
balled.
New life.
Yeah, they're talking about that.
ball.
They're talking
New
about
And
that.
life.
people don't remember that.
Yeah,
like
right.
they just think that Fred was just good all the no, he
Right.
was on a slump
Yeah.
and he just turned up. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
and on top
Oh.
of the matchups was, I mean, look how long Philly was, bro, in regards
Yeah.
to perimeter
That wasn't a good
defense.
matchup.
Yeah.
It was a horrible matchup.
It wasn't a good
Horrible
matchup.
matchup.
Once they
You're
got
they had the
over
long
that,
wings. They had the long, and then Ben Simmons
Right.
obviously is the
Right.
point guard. 6'8".
Exactly.
Yeah, those
Exactly.
wings had those.
Right.
I mean, Lowry and Van Fleet are short guys.
Yeah.
Right.
So the length of those arms
bothered
on the
them.
perimeter
Yeah.
is gonna fuck up their shit.
Exactly.
Yeah, but you seen
And
what
it
happened
did.
with Golden
What
State
happened?
now.
What happened when they played Golden State? What happened when they played Milwaukee?
They balled.
Woke
They
up.
balled. They
Woke them up,
I
man.
agree.
And the matchups kind of favored them. So.
Yeah.
He hit big crucial shots to
did.
get us that ring.
He
Van
did.
Come
Fleet
on.
did. Yeah,
did.
You know, game 6
Yo.
too, game 5 and game 6.
And people don't want to mention this, and I am. Shout out Steph Curry. I know I get hard on you sometimes, pause. But listen,
You're doing a lot of pausing today.
Van
Go ahead.
Vliet gave you the business, and you know it. You don't want nothing to do with that guy.
Okay.
I think he did.
You know what I mean?
Okay,
Straight up.
give me the top 5 of all time NBA guys. I want this one in order.
Personal or
Your personal.
Facts.
Go with
You know
your
what I'm
heart.
saying?
We ain't going with facts, man. We're going with your
we're
heart.
going personal because I always say that. I'm like, who do I think?
I do
and
the
who
same
do I
thing.
personally
Definitely.
like? Because personally like is different from who I think is. Because sometimes I'm not biased. So, you know, if you're a great player, but I just don't personally like your game,
Yeah.
I got to put that into context,
Okay.
right?
Fair enough.
So if we're doing personal,
I want personal.
MJ, Kobe, Iverson, just those 3 off the rip
It's
for
my
me.
guy right here, man. DJ Wikked.
Man, this is a tough
You got some
one for the
Magic.
last-
You got some
the last
Kareems
two.
in there. You got
Definitely,
LeBron.
oh yeah, Magic,
you got
100%, 1,000%
Magic.
Magic, yeah.
You got the Shaquille O'Neals. You got Larry Bird in there. You got Wilt. You got Bill
You
Russell.
got Tim Duncan.
Hakeem
You got
Olajuwon, Tim
Shaq.
Duncan.
You got KG. You got
man.
I
It's-
guess-
you know what
I
it is
guess
too.
Vince
It's a little
Carter.
bit. It's difficult for me.
Huh?
Because like I said, I was doing a lot of NBA parties.
Yeah.
During my DJ career this whole time, and even up until now. But so when you have personal relationships with these dudes, it's like you know it gets a little weird because you know you're biased. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And then some of these guys that I know, they're really great players.
right.
You know, like Kevin Garnett, that's my dog. You know what I'm saying?
Big
Big
like,
ticket.
yeah, and top of the world.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So I might have to put him in just because of the biasism. you know what I'm saying? I'll be real. You know what I'm saying?
So let's go with the facts.
Yeah.
Let's go with top 5 facts
Top 5
Now.
facts in order.
in order for you.
Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron, Magic. See, it's hard for me when it comes to bigs because they can't do nothing but be in the post and do their work.
Right.
That's why I like the wing guys and the guards because they can go in the post, they can take the ball up, they can shoot, you know what I'm saying? They can run the
Right.
plays. I can't see Kareem running plays. You know what I'm saying?
So maybe you got to go with dominance. That's the only because I kind of have the same type of.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of
That's
bigs.
all you have. You always just talk about the guards.
You know what I
the little
mean?
guards.
I do, but when I think of
Dominance,
bigs, I think
yeah.
of just dominance.
Dude,
Yeah.
Shaq, TD.
Yeah.
Kareem,
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
The Kareem thing is like 6 championships, 6 MVPs. He's like 3rd in rebounds, like second in
Can't take
like
that away.
blocks.
Can't take that away.
And
Real
then
talk.
it's like he never lost in high school, and then he never lost in college.
Mhm.
Like you won 3 back-to-back championships. They changed the rules in college. They didn't allow him to dunk. To me, I just can't. I never seen much of him.
No.
But what I see
The
is
numbers
I
don't
can't.
lie.
How can I deny that? It's
The
hard.
numbers
for me.
don't lie.
I saw the tail end of him because
Yeah.
I'm an OG in the game. So I was actually a Magic Johnson fan
Mm.
before Jordan. I actually hated Jordan for his first 3-4 seasons. You know, I wasn't a Jordan fan at all. He hogged the ball. You know what I mean? At the time, I was young too, so I didn't
Yeah.
understand why he was hogging the ball so
Yeah.
much. Then I realized
He's
his team
emptying
was
that clip.
Yeah.
his team was that shit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I
He had
started
to empty
watching
that
more.
clip.
Yeah. He had to do it all.
He had to do
you
what
know
he
I'm
had to
saying?
do,
There
though.
was no one else, you know what I mean, to
Right.
do it. And I was a really big Magic Johnson fan. And, you know, I mimicked, you know, when I used to be on the court, I used to mimic Magic Johnson,
Yeah.
not Michael Jordan, you know.
He's a
and
beast.
Them no look passes, man. Like
Came in as a rookie and won a chip.
Exactly. And that's what I see,
Played
you
center.
know, I see that with LeBron when
Same.
LeBron came in the league, how much he took, you know, he took that being a playmaker and, you know, his passing ability.
Yeah.
He took that so serious that he didn't want to be known for, you know, just obviously just as for score. He wanted to really be known for being a passer.
Facts.
And I respect that because I come from the Magic Johnson era.
So
Right.
so
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you another question. Who would you take? LeBron or Jordan? And why?
I mean, I'm MJ all day.
Why?
you know? I mean,
Do you get annoyed when you always hear this comparison? Like
I'm known for getting into the most battles, arguments. You know, I've had friends that didn't talk to me for a few days. You know what I mean? And it really comes down to, like, for example, I'm not biased. So I need to get that out, you know, off the rip. Because obviously everybody has their own personal guys who they personally like, right?
Right.
And, you know, for me, because I've been a student of this game and I've been, you know, collecting NBA basketball cards at the age of 7, 8,
Tops.
going to the
Shout out
corner store.
Hoops. Oh,
Exactly.
I
You know,
forgot
with the
tops.
bubble gum
Oh
in
my
there. You know what I'm saying?
goodness,
So,
man.
you know, for me, the game is personal. It's
Yeah.
not just me watching basketball. It's
Mhm.
personal.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So, and I played the game too. So, like, you know, for me, when it came to Michael and LeBron, and I have to put Kobe in for a second because
Got to.
Well, he has to.
the
be.
reason why I say this is because, you know, those are the three, right? Everybody knows those are the three. Whether you want to take, you know, LeBron first, we're gonna take Michael Jordan first, or, you know, Kobe first, whatever you want to do, right? I just look at how they came into the league and how they started from top to bottom. Because context is everything.
Mhm.
You know, a lot of these young guys, they only see LeBron, they've only seen LeBron. So right off the rip, it's hard for me to have conversations with people that never saw Michael Jordan play.
Exactly.
Because it's
Too
like,
hard.
we gonna talk about a movie, we're gonna go into a debate or you know, some sort of real serious discussion about a movie that you never saw.
You never saw.
I saw the movie.
Right.
I saw the movie you saw right now with LeBron. He's
Right.
making his movie. I saw Kobe's movie.
Right.
But you didn't see
both.
Michael Jordan's movie. I saw all three. I saw Magic's movie. I
Right.
saw Bird's movie. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So for me, when I look at the greatness of all these players, because for me, I love all the great players. Let me get that out the way too. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? I love all the great players. So there's no biases. I'm not biased when it comes to greatness.
Mhm.
You know, LeBron's great, Kobe's great. You know, these guys are
Great
all
is
great
great.
players,
Facts.
right?
Yeah.
So it's really just how your journey was, what separates you and what made your legacy, you know,
Right.
your journey.
That's a good point.
So when I look at
Very good
Jordan's journey, he came into a team that was not a playoff team. They weren't known as a playoff team. They
Nope.
weren't even in the conversation. It
Nope.
was
Very
Philly,
bad.
Detroit, Celtics, Lakers.
That's it.
I think
That's
the Knicks
it.
were the Knicks.
No.
Knicks weren't even in the conversation.
Nah.
No.
But just hold that thought for a sec. Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas is the only one that beat Magic, Bird,
And Jordan.
And Jordan.
Yes. Yes.
He's in my, because I'm a small guard.
Yep.
He's my best point guard of all time. And we talked about that before too, of all time. But
He's not
I,
mine. but
I understand.
know.
I understand
I-
Magic
I
has to
got-
get it. But yeah.
For me,
For me,
here's
Magic's-
the crazy
Magic's the
thing.
best
For me,
guard for me.
the top 3 point guards for me is Magic, LeBron, and Isaiah.
Mm.
I got to put LeBron there, even though he's a fucking small power
Yeah.
forward. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I mean,
he runs that point how you supposed to run it. He makes sure that his teammates get the right look.
right,
You know what I mean? And he puts them in position. Now, if they can hit the shot or not, that's up to them.
right.
But he gets you that ball. You know, and you know he's giving you
I'm
the
not
ball
mad-
because
I'm not
that's
mad
what
at that.
that's what people hate on him for. It's like,
I'm not
no,
mad
take
at
the
that.
shot. It's
Right.
like, nah, I want to pass.
I think I used to hate just because like he's killing all the point guard. Like you and Kyrie could have worked. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
you want to bring up the ball. You want to go tell Kyrie, go to the baseline, chill at the corner. I'll get you the ball. Like,
Yeah.
But I understand he's making the right play.
Yeah.
Kobe used to get at him all the time. Like, why don't you take that shot?
Yeah.
I'd rather pass to the open man, make the right basketball play. So
Yeah.
that's LeBron in a nutshell.
He's
He's his
that would
own
bug
system,
me,
man.
That would bug me as well sometimes because I think sometimes the right play is for you to take the shot. Like I'd rather
Oh, when you're the best player, for
yeah,
sure. 1,000%.
I'd rather ride and die with you missing than
1,000%.
a guy like, I don't know, Lee, who would miss a layup and then miss a free throw. You know what I mean? I'd rather ride with the best player and take my chances with him on a miss.
Because
than
LeBron put a lot of
another guy.
pressure on these guys to hit that shot, right?
Yeah, man.
And it relieves him too from
criticism. and all that.
because if he misses the shot, then we're gonna knock him, right?
Facts.
But you also know as a basketball player, like you can't like if you haven't touched just even touched the ball in a game, you're running around playing defense and then you haven't touched the ball in like 10 minutes, like actually touch the ball, and then you get the ball, you try to shoot it. It's like it's not the same, like especially when a guy has the ball in his hands,
Right.
like for 85% of the game. Like
But
LeBron has the ball in his hands 85% of the game.
Yeah.
I don't think there was ever a time where LeBron gave the ball to a man that just like came in the game.
Yeah, I think he classifies his players during
Yeah,
the
but
game.
I know, but
while the
I'm
game's
saying,
going on.
what I mean is, okay, J.R. Smith, he's too busy chasing Curry around the whole game.
Right.
He ain't even getting touches. And
Yeah.
you know how Curry moves. Curry's like this through a whole game.
Right.
So in one possession, you're like, and then you come back on the other end, you haven't touched the ball in like 5 minutes because you're chasing Curry in the game. And you get the ball.
I agree.
You want to shoot, you're like, man, I can't shoot. I'm just chasing Curry. Why'd you miss that wide open shot? Well, he was chasing Curry for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And we all know how Curry moves. So that's what I mean. And not even touching the ball. Like, you got to be able to touch the ball and feel the ball.
You got to.
Yeah.
You gotta get a couple.
You gotta put a few shots up.
Yeah, grab the ball, feel it. Even if you
Yeah.
just grab the ball and feel it and just pass it back, you got to be able to touch that ball.
Definitely.
100%.
You have to.
I agree with that. You know what I'm saying? But again, like I was saying about the journey, what separates me for with Kobe and LeBron, I just feel like MJ's just on his next level because he is his journey was I'm gonna try to get this ring with whatever you give me. I don't care what you give me. You know what I mean? Give me whoever you want to give me. You know what I'm saying? Give me this guy, give me this guy. I don't care. I'm not leaving when we lose, when we get out in the first round. You know what I'm saying? Like everyone always knocks MJ, oh, you got ousted in the first round, the beginning of your career. Yeah, but he was also playing
With
legendary teams in the first round.
He's playing with a young Charles Oakley.
He was playing the Boston
Orlando
Celtics in the
Woolridge,
first round.
and playing one of the best teams almost probably ever with the Celtics. So it's like,
Exactly. He's
Provide
going,
that context,
he's
DJ Wikked.
exactly.
Context,
And
baby.
that's
Give
what
it
I
to him.
mean. This is what I mean by these young bucks. They weren't there.
Right.
So how you gonna know how Jordan came out? You know what I'm saying? Like you just saw clips. That doesn't count.
Especially if you always say, well, LeBron has no help.
Yeah.
But what did Jordan have?
man.
Like Jordan was playing with Charles Oakley and Orlando Woolridge. Those were his guys
Yeah. Definitely.
against the Celtics.
I pulled
Like,
up.
really?
I pulled up the team roster, like a picture of the team roster.
Oh my gosh.
Man, it's bad.
Yeah.
It's bad.
really
Jordan
bad.
did his damn thing,
You know what
man.
I'm saying? And that's why I'm saying, like, think of it like this. And this is what I tell a lot of people. Think of it like this. See how LeBron left Cleveland, right? Because he had nobody. Everyone kept saying he had nobody,
Yeah.
right? That was Jordan. He had nobody.
He had nobody.
That's what it was. He lost.
Yeah, he
lost. The only difference was Cleveland, because the East wasn't the tougher conference at the time when LeBron was there, he was able to have success. And that's why you saw Cleveland was number one in the East when he was going through his run.
Context, everybody.
Right?
Yeah. Those Atlanta Hawks teams. Come on now.
Yeah.
Kyle Korver made All-Star team, guys. Let's
There
go.
you go.
Come
You
on,
see
they
what
won
I'm
60
saying?
games with
and-
Millsap
exactly.
and Damari Carroll. Like, they weren't very good.
No, they weren't. You know what I mean? Like, we can't even remember who he beat. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, it was
Context
no
is everything,
disrespect, but it
Yeah, no
wasn't
disrespect,
top
but-
dogs.
No,
you know what I
it
mean?
was
So
top dogs.
with Michael, he played in the tougher conference. He
Mm-hmm.
had to go against guys right off the rip in the first round. Teams that were legendary teams.
Facts.
So
the Heat.
that's why when you saw LeBron, for example, when he what was it, 07 when he saw the Spurs and he got swept. It was
Mhm.
07, right?
I believe so.
07, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I believe so.
he got swept by a great team because he wasn't fully equipped. He didn't have anybody with him, right? That was Jordan in the first round in the playoffs going against a great team. So imagine Jordan, facing the Celtics in the first round who won the championship multiple times
Yeah.
that season that they beat the Bulls.
Right.
So what are we talking about here?
Yeah.
You know
Team
what I'm
they
saying?
lost
You can't-
end up winning the chip.
Yeah,
right?
and that's what I'm saying. It's like, you know, you knock Jordan, people, you know, I hear LeBron fans, they knock Jordan, like, oh, he lost until he got Pippen. And I'm like, okay, but
He still lost when he got Pippen.
he still lost when he got Pippen. That's
I
what
mean,
I'm saying.
the triangle offense, like the one argument that people hit me with is like, yo, Jordan never won without the triangle offense.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Listen,
So like,
the triangle offense is the triangle offense, but you
Right.
gotta have players in the triangle.
no,
offense.
they got the right
Me
players
and
to
you
do it.
can't
Like,
play in the triangle offense and win three straight.
no,
Like,
Listen,
I
it's
hear
not
that,
happening.
but like that's the argument. Like
That's just
LeBron
silly.
James is a system.
Yeah.
Jordan had to play with the triangle offense to be
Yeah.
successful. Like,
But again, that's another, you know, you got to tip your hat to Jordan, you know, a great player like that, being able to buy into a system.
bottom line. He didn't want to at the beginning, too,
no,
right?
he didn't. Most blockbuster players want to do what they want to do.
Right.
Facts.
And they want to play how they want to play.
Mm-hmm.
If they want the ball at certain times of the game, you got to give it. They're not talking about, we're not running no system. He bought into the system.
Mm.
And that's what made him part of his greatness even greater, because he could have kept on doing what he was doing, hogging the
Right.
ball,
Yep.
shooting the ball, putting
Yeah.
up 30, 40
He got
shots.
str- he got
Sounded-
stronger, got smarter.
Kind of sounded like Carmelo Anthony. 'Cause
Yes,
remember, he was
yeah.
playing in the triangle and he just
Great player.
couldn't do it.
Yeah. And
Just
you
couldn't do it.
I think a lot of teams, they copied that triangle style, and it didn't work out for them. Like you
Not
said,
at all.
you need the players.
You need the players, man.
You need the
Definitely.
players.
You can have a system. I always talk about this. The system. Everybody wants to talk about, oh, Tim Duncan was in the system, but okay, put, Marcus Camby in that system.
They ain't
Do
gonna
the
work.
Spurs, do the Spurs, are they the Spurs that we know today?
Right.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
Right. LaMarcus
So,
Aldridge went in it. It didn't-
you know what I
it
mean?
didn't work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It didn't work. So,
DeRozan went in it.
yeah.
Didn't work.
But
You know what I mean?
you know one thing that you said about, the West being stronger than the East is wild, because he would dominate the East, and then every time he came coming up to the West, he's losing because the West was a stronger conference.
Yes.
Not enough.
Right?
Not
Yeah.
enough. Not enough.
He's
Support.
smacking up everybody. He
Right.
smacked us up.
And see,
I
that's
don't
why
lie,
with
but-
Michael, it was the other way around, right?
Yeah.
He had to get through the East, and then it was a little bit easier when he got to the finals.
Yeah.
That's if he can get to the
If
finals.
he can get, yeah.
Because he's going to go through
Isaiah
the best
Thomas, the
teams
Celtics,
before
the Knicks,
he even gets
the
to the
Heat.
Eastern Conference.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
For both
the Pacers.
for both three-peats, right?
Forget about the finals. He's got to
Yeah.
go first and second round. And he's got to
Oh,
go
yeah.
against tough teams. You know what I mean?
Always.
And again, it's kind of hard. And I always say this too, because, obviously if you watched 80s and 90s basketball, it was a totally different game.
Right.
The players, number one, it was like playing outdoor ball. You know what I'm saying? Like these guys was just hacking. I don't even call that hand check. You know what I
Right.
mean? That's clotheslining to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like-
Like it's not no little
Yo,
like
guys
they're-
took it. I heard Oakley the other day on a podcast, and he was like, "Yo, mans took it personal if
Yeah.
you came into the key
Yes.
without getting hit."
That's
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that's
you know what
what
I mean? Like, and you're gonna get hit.
Look at it
That's
now.
why.
It just opens up.
Just
and,
when
opens
guys
up.
come.
and that's one of my arguments. And I don't want to sound like the old dude, you know what I mean?
You're gonna sound like it.
it's
Yeah.
gonna, but
It's okay.
I used to be the young guy that used to tell my old OGs, man, you don't know nothing, man. But now that I'm the OG and I gotta talk to these young bucks, now I know what they was talking about.
Yeah.
It's not about being older and being in your old ways. It's to me, I look at it as like, you just have more wisdom than I do, than these young guys that don't know, because they just don't know. These young guys, when they get older,
Yeah.
they're
say
gonna
the
have
same
the
thing.
wisdom, and they're gonna
Yeah.
tell the young bucks, you don't even know.
Experience,
You have
man.
no idea.
Yeah, but
Experience.
if you're seeing all that generation,
Yeah.
you're going through all the eras, right?
Yeah, exactly. And again, I'm still, just like in the music shit, like I'm still doing my thing now, even though I've been starting, in the early 2000s, I'm still doing my thing now because, you got to stay relevant. But, in regards to the NBA, like back then, you can fight and still be in the game.
Yeah.
Facts.
You could throw.
You can literally get into a brawl
Mhm.
and no one's getting kicked out the game.
Facts. Facts.
Here, you
You breathe on a man.
you breathe on a man,
done.
oh, you're done.
Your
Two
breath-
flagrant
Your
fouls, you're
breath
out the
will smell
game.
like your breath will smell like fish tank.
Yeah,
You're out the game.
Two
Ejected.
flagrant fouls, you're out the game,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
that wasn't even
Mhm.
didn't even exist. And even like this little dumb shit, like for example, the shooting area. When you take a shot, you can't go under when they
Can't go
land.
under.
You could do that all day back then.
Bruce
Yeah.
Bowen.
So you think
made a
Steph
killing off of
Curry's
that.
gonna be doing all that, what he's doing, or
Nah.
James Harden they're gonna land on somebody's foot. You're like, yo, I'm not doing that all the time.
All that
Right.
stuff when they
I'm
get
gonna
in front
wait till
of
I'm
the player.
wide open.
Yeah,
These little shots that they take with guys around them, it's because they have that.
you got that space.
They got that space.
Yeah.
See, back then it's tougher. And that's what I try to tell guys. I'm like, look, man, it's hard to judge LeBron because he didn't have to go. And I'm not saying he didn't. I mean, he couldn't go through all that and be, a great player. But I just didn't see it.
Mhm.
You get what I'm saying? I saw Jordan do it.
do it.
I saw him go through that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And he didn't back down. He didn't, when Jordan lost, because he took some heartbreaking losses.
Right.
Just got better.
He didn't team
Got
up with no
stronger.
other stars and
No, he
make things
didn't,
easier
man.
for him.
No,
he
he
didn't
didn't,
do
man.
that. And he could have.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine him teaming up with Stockton and Barkley, guys from
There
his
you
draft
go.
class.
Or
And
even
that's a-
Dominic Wilkins.
and that's
Imagine
another
going to
knock.
Detroit.
And that's another knock on LeBron from my standpoint.
It
It's
is.
like, bro,
That's
you
the main one
teamed
for
up.
me.
You teamed up with 2 franchise guys from your own draft class, bro.
There you
like
go.
that in your primes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, you don't do that. Like, it's just an unwritten rule. I never seen
Yeah.
in my past. I never seen anybody do it.
Never.
He changed the game that way, and then KD
Yeah.
came,
And followed suit.
followed suit,
Yeah.
and just added a little bit more to it. Like, you
And
know what I
and
mean?
that's the thing for me. It's like I hate, because again, like I said, I love all the great players, even LeBron. You know what I mean? I know sometimes I knock LeBron. It's only because you're comparing him to Michael. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. That's my only thing.
That's where it becomes, a conversation. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Because,
I agree.
if you're gonna try to compare him to Michael, this is the guy that didn't leave when he lost. You know what I'm saying? This is the guy that didn't team up and make things easy to get his first ring.
And still won.
You can never put a knock on Jordan's rings, And for me, the reason why I put Kobe over LeBron is because everybody said, okay, Kobe, you couldn't win without Shaq. What did he do? Went to the finals 3 times, 1-2.
1-2.
Even that one that he lost, he
Should've
almost
won.
died. He should have won that
Yeah,
one.
Yeah.
It was a really close. He went to game 7, close
Yep.
game.
Yeah.
Could have went either way.
Could have
Either
went
way.
either way. That was a
He
really
would
good
have had
series.
6 rings.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a 3-peat, 2 3-peats.
Exactly.
Facts.
And that takes away that whole notion of, you can only win with Shaq. You only
Right.
won
Mhm.
because of Shaq.
right.
That took that right away. He
Yeah.
proved himself. For LeBron, it's always, you couldn't win without a super team. So he has yet, for me, to do that. To have to not have a super team. I know with the bubble he only had AD, but it was the bubble. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So if it wasn't, listen, if he got that with AD and just AD,
Yeah.
and it was a regular season with fans traveling,
5 months off?
Yeah.
sure.
No 5 months
it'll be
off.
a big ring.
Nah.
that'll be a big ring. I
Yeah.
think that would be one of his biggest rings because he proved himself that he doesn't need a super team.
Right.
But he hasn't done that yet.
no.
So for me, I got to put him even behind Kobe because
Me
Kobe
too.
proved himself.
I
And
agree.
Kobe had the footwork and, he had many options to his
The
game.
eye
and
test,
his
even the
bag.
eye test alone,
Yeah.
I'm going with Kobe. You know what I mean? That
Mhm.
Kobe's for me as well.
LeBron,
Him and MJ.
the thing I heard Isaiah Thomas say this one time and then this is what I give LeBron.
Isaiah Thomas, man.
Yeah. This is what I give LeBron. I'm talking to OG Isaiah
yeah, I
Thomas,
know,
right?
yeah.
Right? OG.
It's the OG, you know what I mean? Not the new Isaiah
Nah,
Thomas, you know what I
yeah.
mean? And shout out to him too.
Shout out
but
to him too,
yeah,
but we're
you know?
talking about the GOAT.
Yeah. Boston
PG
did him wrong.
goat.
Boston did him wrong.
Boston
Yeah.
definitely did him wrong.
Did him wrong.
He hasn't been the
his sister
same
Pat-
ever
yeah, it
since,
hasn't been the same ever
No, he
since,
hasn't.
right? They did him wrong. But when it came to LeBron coming into the league with all that expectations, because I don't think nor Jordan nor Kobe had expectations
He
like that.
didn't. He didn't.
No.
No.
To be able to surpass that, and not even just that, but Jordan eventually got Phil. Kobe got Phil early in his career, and obviously Phil Jackson, legendary coach, probably one of the best coaches of all time, if not the best coach of all time, right?
I'm not mad at
And
it.
LeBron came in the league without that and was able to have great success early on from the rip.
Mhm.
And I'm just like, where did this basketball brain come from?
He's a genius.
Yeah,
No,
like
he's a
where did
genius.
this
he
come
knows the
from?
game, man.
He's a
And
genius.
again, this is if you know the game,
He's a
you know what I'm
genius.
talking about.
Yeah.
Facts.
Guys get schooled by even just, him not even going to college. Right
Yeah.
off the rip there. You're not going through the whole system.
Yeah.
Because, in college, it's all about
all
systems.
systems,
right?
right?
It's all systems, right?
Yeah. Came
And
fresh on high school, man.
From high school,
Yeah.
where he was
Yeah.
able to do whatever the fuck he wanted to do.
That's unbelievable.
And you're going to NBA and
He created his own system. There's a LeBron system.
Yes.
You playing with LeBron,
Yes.
you got to know how to play. Like,
Yes.
there's a certain way you got to play. Like,
Yes.
and accept it and keep
Yeah.
it moving.
but the thing is, again, with LeBron, when you ask me, the difference or who I like, when it comes to MJ and LeBron, was, the killer instinct. That's the number one thing, aside from the journey. But the killer instinct of Jordan is gonna put it up, man.
Yeah.
He's gonna
Yeah.
put that shot up. And even though he's getting the ball,
Yeah, you can't stop it.
the whole world knows he's
but
getting the ball.
But that's what I said, right? The right play is not always passing to this guy who's never
Yeah.
been there before. The right play is you taking that shot and taking us home to
Yeah.
the promised land.
Well, there's this thing that I always go by in life is where, is not necessarily sometimes in certain situations, it's not about the right or the wrong thing. It's about the smart thing. You know, so even though you know what the right thing is, what to do, and you're correct in that matter, but is it the smartest thing to do?
That's a gem right there, man.
You know what I'm saying?
That's free game, man. Free
I'll give you
game right there.
I'll give you a perfect example, right? I'll be rolling my homeboy, and he just got a new SL 500, right? And I told him, I'm like, yo, man, like your tints are dark, you know what I mean? You're black, you know you're gonna get pulled over, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't be driving reckless like this, right? So what happens? We get pulled over, right? And the cop was harassing him. I'm sitting shotgun and I just listen to conversation. I'm like, yo, this cop is being a fucking asshole to him, my boy, right? And because he just sees a young dude driving a $200,000 car,
Right.
you know what I mean? He's sweating him, right? And so I'm telling my boy, I'm hitting him. I'm like, yo, because I know my boy, he's going to act up, right? And I'm like, yo, you have a right to act up because the cop's being a prick. He's being a real fucking asshole. You have the right to, to defend yourself.
Right.
But is it the smart thing to do right now? We about to go to the club and see some
Yeah,
girls.
that's
Like,
it, man.
he going to ruin our night. It ain't going to be the
Hold
smartest thing to
himself. I ain't
do
trying
right
to go
now.
no
Take your
damn
ticket
hold
or whatever
himself.
and go.
I'm trying to just go home or go to the club. Forget this guy.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean by, sometimes it's not even about the right, doing
Yeah,
the right
man.
or the wrong thing. It's about
Smart
doing the
thing.
smart thing. And
But-
for me,
That
LeBron being the best player on the floor,
Yeah.
you got to take that shot all day. I
is
would
the
live with
smart-
that.
that
That's
is the
a
smartest
smart
thing.
thing
That's
to
a
do.
smart thing to do.
Yeah, he's trying to do the right thing,
Yeah.
but it's not about the right thing in these
No.
moments.
No.
You could do that during the game, but at the last game when it's game decision time,
Yeah. Game's on the line.
game's on the line,
Yeah.
man, you got to hit that shot.
Gotta
You
go
got to
with it.
take
You
it.
gotta
I'll-
take it.
I'll live
gotta
with
take
you
it. I will live
missing,
it.
like you said.
Yeah.
I'll live and die with you missing the shot. At least I know, look, you can't knock your best player.
No.
Not even just best player. We're talking, one of the best players of all time. For some people, the best player of all time.
Best, yeah.
No one's going to knock you if you miss.
Nobody's
Facts.
gonna knock you.
But we're going to knock you if you don't take the shot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because we expect you, and that's something always people think that, just because Jordan did it his way doesn't mean LeBron has to do it that way. Doesn't mean
Right.
all players have to do it the way Jordan did it. You know what I mean? And
They
you're
don't.
right.
They don't.
They don't, right?
Mhm.
So show me another way that's successful.
Yeah,
To me,
facts.
you're a 4 out of 10 in the finals. That's not success to me. Last time I checked, 51% is a passing mark,
Yup. Well, technically 50, but 51. I understand.
right? 51, right? Because getting a 50 is right on the dot. You
Right.
can go either way. You
You
can
can
be passing or failing.
Right.
51 gets you the official passing mark.
Right.
You're 4 out of 10. You got to move around, do what you wanted, pick players,
Create
do this,
teams,
create
yeah.
teams, fire guys. You know what I mean?
Fire
Switch up.
coaches,
Yeah,
yeah.
fire coaches. You got to do whatever you wanted in
Damn.
the era where you can do that, where they're supposedly accepted by the
Hey, you LeBron fans, bro. I hope you're taking this in, eh? Don't come in my DMs.
Oh,
Go in DJ Wicked's DM to talk your shit because,
Hey,
man, he came and dropped some gems.
I'm definitely open to anybody as long as you know the game.
That's
you know what I
it,
mean?
man.
Key there. Key.
You gotta know the
That's the
game,
key,
and you
man.
gotta
Yes.
have some history if you want to go in. Like we can have a little light conversation.
Right.
I go light on you, but if you want to go in, I gotta know what your I gotta know what your history is. Like, you know the
Facts.
game because
Facts.
again, it's like watching a movie and the other guy that you're having a conversation about the same movie never saw the movie.
That's it.
What the
And he's
fuck
trying
we
to- and he's
talking
trying to
about?
argue
Yeah,
with
like-
you up and
Trying to
down
argue
about
about-
it.
You
yeah.
seen highlights on the YouTube.
It
like,
makes
what are
no
you
sense.
talking
Yeah,
about?
you don't know the context.
It makes
no
You don't know
sense.
that when Jordan got Pippen, like you were saying, he didn't. Everyone keeps saying, "Oh, he
They
didn't
won.
win until he got Pippen." No, they didn't.
They didn't.
Pippen came in like 86, 87. They didn't win till 91.
Exactly.
And it was a struggle to win too.
Yes,
It wasn't
yes.
like, Pippen came. He was a rookie coming off the bench, averaging 7 points. Come on, LeBron got weighed as a Finals MVP, averaging 25 points. Bosh is doing double doubles. Like, come on,
Bosh is
man.
giving you
Two
18
franchise players.
Bosh is
Kyrie
giving you 18
Irving,
and 10.
Kyrie.
rising star,
Kevin
gold
Love.
medalist. Come on, Kevin Love was
on,
doing
man.
what?
18
20?
and 10.
There you go.
Come
Yeah.
on, man.
You know what I'm saying? Franchise
No,
player. He
real
got
talk.
franchise player,
Real
already
talk.
official all-stars. And again, this is not to knock LeBron, but when you want to compare him to Michael Jordan, you got to put those holes are
There's
in there.
levels,
You know what I'm
there's
saying?
levels,
There's holes
there's
in there.
levels.
You know what I mean?
There's
Kobe
levels.
too. He could have left when Shaq left and the Lakers were shit. He could have left.
Could have went to Chicago.
There
Remember,
you
Stephen
go.
A.
He
Smith
said
was talking about
he
that,
said
right?
he wanted to leave.
Yeah.
See,
He
and there's
stayed,
another thing
thugged
too.
it
When
out.
people always bring that up, oh, he wanted to get traded. Yeah, maybe he did, but did he? Wanting something and actually it happening
is two
is
different things.
two different fucking things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And again, this is again not to knock LeBron, but like they always say, oh, LeBron went 10 times in the finals. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, so when we're talking greatness, we're rating second place.
You sound like me too much right now.
Nah.
We gotta go.
He got 10 parades? I didn't see 10
No.
parades.
I didn't even see the bubble parade.
There you go. That's why I don't knock the.
Nobody
That's
wanted to
why
see the
it's.
bubble
I call it the
parade.
Mickey Mouse ring.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Facts.
We call that the Mickey Mouse ring.
Yo, listen, we're gonna move along. Yeah, I don't want to because this is amazing. But we're gonna go to Player of the Week, man. Who you got for Player of the Week, bro?
Oh, my play of the week,
Yeah.
man. I got, you know what? I've been not hating. I was asked about John Morant, CP3. A lot of people in my DMs getting at me because I said CP3 over John Morant in the All-Star game.
Man.
But I'm gonna
DMs are
show John Morant some love. What he did last night against Orlando, man. He's been attempting to dunk on fives for a minute, and he finally caught Robin Lopez,
That one
man.
right there. That one.
Oh
right there.
my
Yeah.
gosh, he
Head
gave
top.
it to him, man.
Did he
You know
dunk
what I
on him?
mean?
Yeah.
He gave it to him, man. He gave it
Look
to
at
him.
this. Look at this one.
He's been doing this for a minute, missing. Tried Kevin Love, missed it. Oh, he got Robin Lopez, man.
Yeah.
So
I didn't even know that guy was in the league.
that's my play of the week right there,
Sheesh.
man. Ja, I still got love for you, man.
Wicked, who
He's
you
a
got,
movie.
man?
He's a movie to watch.
Who you got, player?
Listen, I'm with you with that one. Before you even said that, I was gonna say Ja. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're watching these games, you know you can't not avoid what Ja's doing right now.
He's a movie.
not.
You can't
No.
deny what he's doing.
He's a
not
movie.
only is he balling, but box
They're
office
winning.
and they're winning.
And they're winning.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing. They're winning
They're
because
winning.
guys can have highlights, but if you're
They're
losing,
losing, yeah.
ain't nobody gonna care really too
Bottom
much.
line.
You know what I'm saying? So because he's winning and like what Memphis, like nobody talks about Memphis. Like
Nah.
he's making them, you know,
Yeah.
official right now. So
It's
and
your
then
Player of the Week right
this,
here?
yeah, this is my play of the week right here. Yeah.
Ooh,
Oh my gosh. Look at
got
that.
him.
Oh my
You know what I'm
God.
saying? That's basketball
That's
right there.
basketball
That's
right there,
basketball
man.
right there. You know? Now he took that. I think he most definitely took a page out of Magic
Yeah,
Johnson's
that's a-
book.
that's
Look
a
at that. That's
3 out of
Magic
1.
Johnson right there.
With the left, too.
Yeah, that Magic Johnson is
Yo,
that-
Memphis is having fun
They're
out
having
there,
fun,
man.
man.
They're having fun. Look at that. Look at it.
Yeah.
Hopefully it translates in the playoffs, though. See, I'm sounding like a hater
God.
against stuff.
Yeah, you
Well, the West is tough.
It is.
The West
man.
is tough. I
It
mean,
is.
see, the thing is with the West, it's tough right off the rip.
Yeah.
Man,
First
'Cause they,
round,
they might
Yeah.
end up getting
Yeah.
the Lakers or something like that, too.
Yeah.
So they got to be careful. Well,
Yeah.
I don't say be careful.
we'll see.
Yeah.
My play of the week is. Go ahead. Put one of my play of the weeks up there. I got two, actually, man. I'm gonna go with Nicholas the
Oh,
I'm gonna
man.
go
That
with
was
Nicholas
my
the
bro
boss,
right
man.
there.
I'm gonna
That's
go with
my
Nicholas
bro.
the boss.
Yeah, that's
Look at
my
this
bro
fake he
right
did.
there. Yeah,
Fake the
that's
dude
crazy.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
with the
Continue-
layup.
And he
Office hours.
continued to dribble off the fake.
hours,
Yeah.
man.
Nicholas
Hey.
the boss. Shout out to Nicholas the boss, man.
Shout
Office
out Nicholas
hours.
the boss,
Look at
That's my
man.
bro, man.
Come on,
That's the
man.
bro right
Give
there.
a little jelly, man.
And
A little
then my
English on that finger
second
roll.
play of the week goes to, let's play this clip right here. The young boy, the young fella.
Oh.
Catching the body.
Mr. 74.
No, 75
It
actually.
was 75?
They didn't count one of his free throws, so 75. They
Come
corrected
on,
it.
man.
So
Where
he
you
got
get that
75
information
points.
from? Let's
Yeah.
go.
Look,
Damn.
bodied him.
Yeah, chest to chest.
Shout out to Elijah Fisher, man. Play of the week.
Yeah, man.
Him and
yeah.
Nicholas the boss. My plays of the week.
I like that.
Who
I
you
like
got
that.
rookie watch, man? Let's go, man.
Come on, man. My
Who you
rookie
got?
watch, you know who that is, man. I'm gonna keep it Raptors again. He was my rookie watch last year. It's
Yeah.
gonna be not last year, last week. My rookie watch this week goes to Scotty Barnes, man. Let me add some context real
Go ahead.
quick.
Go
He's
ahead.
averaging 14.6, 7.8 rebounds, 3.4 assists. The Raptors are on a 5-game winning streak.
Yep.
Playing against Miami, he had 11, 9, and 2. Some guys will say mid, but yo, he's a rookie. Those are big numbers as
And
a
then
rookie.
the winning streak started from last week, Saturday.
Right.
Triple overtime
Come
against,
on.
who did they have? Was it against
that
Chicago?
was against Miami.
Miami?
And then they played Miami again.
And beat them.
You know what I mean?
He
Beat him,
ballin'.
With Jimmy Butler this
Yeah.
time.
beat him
so
again.
you can't say nothing,
And
right?
To provide context, Jimmy and I think PJ Tucker, they sat out the Boston game
Yes.
to play against the Raptors.
The
And
night
they
before.
took that L.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
He's correct on that.
Right? And then we played Chicago, and I believe he gave 21, 8 and 2. Played Atlanta, gave him 69 and 4. Man, put some respect, man.
But you're forgetting something with the win. With the win.
All wins.
With the win.
We're on a 5-game winning
All
streak.
wins.
Yeah.
Yo, listen, we're in 7th right now. I don't know what the score is with Brooklyn and Denver, but yo, if Brooklyn loses,
They're losing. They're gonna lose. Don't worry
Raptors
about
are taking that
They're gonna lose.
that 6 seed.
KD, help! Help!
We're taking
They're
that
gonna
6
lose.
seed
Yeah.
today.
Yeah.
Going in to play Charlotte, we're gonna be in 6th place.
I agree. Who you got? Rookie watch.
The dude in Golden State.
Oh, Jonathan
Kuminga.
Yes.
You know what, man?
Yes.
He is sneaky, man.
Yeah.
He's
Yes.
super aggressive ultra athletic.
Yes.
I remember the play of the week. I think you wanted to choose him first.
Yeah, because it was just a
It was
series
just like
of
he did that MJ
He just
cradle.
caught it and he did the cradle,
Yeah.
and then as soon as they threw the ball back in, they stole the ball, and then Clay hit a three off the almost simultaneously.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but Kuminga, I seen him like he can get up there.
Yeah,
You know
I think he's a really good piece to. I would want to hold him and see if I can move Wiseman if I could, if they want to make a
If
piece.
they want to do
But
that.
I would keep that team together.
And he's
nowadays.
only 19, man.
That's what I'm saying.
He's only
scary.
19.
Yeah.
That is scary.
Yeah. So, and I seen him too. Like he can D up.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
definitely could D up.
He can D up. He ain't backing down from
No.
nobody. He
Right.
doesn't care
I've
what your name
I've seen him
is.
guarding Harden not too long ago, man. Harden looked like struggling a little bit there. My rookie watch is too, man. Scotty Barnes. I'm gonna give it up to him this week, man.
Yeah.
Very
No,
impressed.
for sure.
I'm very
impressive,
impressed
man.
with him this week. I was gonna go again with Cunningham, but he sat out like 2 games.
Right.
So he started off well in the week, and then he sat out like the last 2 games of the week.
Right.
So I'm not gonna pick him sitting out, but no, Scotty Barnes for sure.
Actually,
like you
I
said.
met him for the first time.
Cunningham,
Barnes.
Barnes?
Yeah,
cool.
I did just recently when Miami came, and I
Okay,
did a
yeah,
private
yeah.
party for those guys. PJ's my dog,
Right.
Yeah,
and I actually want to say a little story because the last time I saw him was before COVID, and we were walking. This is even when I think the Thompson was still open. Y'all know the Thompson,
yeah.
right?
Thompson will tell you.
So the diners, right? So we were at the diners and we were walking out, and I was telling him this is before we won our chip. I was telling him, I'm like, we're gonna win this year, right? And he's like, man, what you talking crazy? And I'm like, I'm telling you, every now and then a team comes out of nowhere
Yeah.
and wins a chip.
Yeah.
Not the obvious, because remember, when Pistons, when Dallas won, nobody thought these teams were gonna win, right? So every
Yeah.
now and then I feel like an NBA team
You're right about
gets
that.
one.
Yeah.
Milwaukee, right? So
Right.
when I was telling him this, he was saying, "Oh, you capping." I'm like, nah, man, you not watching us like that. That's why you not thinking about us like that. But you need to think about us.
Tell
You know
him.
what I'm saying? And he's just like, man, y'all gotta go through 76ers and Milwaukee. Man, I'm not even gonna say Milwaukee. He's like, you're not even gonna go past 76ers. I was like, all right. I never saw him until the other day when they came. So when I saw him, he came up to me in the booth and I was DJing. He was just like, I was like, yo, you remember the last time I saw you, right? He's like, and he, we were at a club, so drinks is flowing, right? And he's just like, here you go with that bullshit, Wicked. I know, I remember. And I'm like, just so you know, you was the one that said we wasn't gonna pass this, we wasn't gonna pass. I had to give it to him. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm
Tell
like,
him,
yo,
man.
you ain't gonna put our fucking ring, you know what I mean, under the bus.
Yeah.
I'll let you
Not
know
at all,
about our
man.
ring. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate you, Wicked. Let's go.
And when I gave it to him, I still congratulate him too because he's a champ, and
Yeah.
I'm really happy that my brother's a champ right now because I know his struggle. I know where his journey was from. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
and he
sir.
came through a lot. He went through a lot.
He did.
So for him
Playing
to get that
overseas,
ring,
yeah,
I
yeah.
felt,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
He was 2nd round draft pick. A lot of
Yeah.
people felt like he
And so
was
the
2nd
Rap-
draft to the Raptors, actually.
Yeah.
Raptors
And a
picked
lot
him
of
up,
people
man.
felt like Denham Brown.
That was the
should've
Denham
been
Brown
picked.
pit, man. I used to hate him on the low, man. Just
Yeah. So the
Yeah.
Raptors were there at the party, and
Mhm.
Barnes was there, and some mutual friends of ours introduced me to him, and he was just like, man, like I've been going out a lot in Toronto, and I haven't heard music like this. This feels like back home. You know what I mean? I
There you
appreciate
go.
that. So anytime you want to come out,
Was he wearing
holla at
that
my
cutout?
boy.
Was he wearing that cutout Marina shirt? I hope not.
I can't remember, but I just know that he was having a good time. You know what I mean? It was
Yeah.
definitely good vibes.
Who you got team watch, man? First week.
My team watch, man. The Raptors, baby.
I'm
I mean, the
I can't-
Raptors are putting everybody on notice.
Yeah,
I mean, the real Raptor fans are gonna respect it. The not so real Raptor fans are gonna be like, "Oh, they've been winning games. Man's been away, blase, blase." But for those non-Raptor fans that live in the 6,
all right.
yo, those are the guys. Remember Carabana Weekend? You know those guys that come with the fake American accent just to chop a girl from Brampton? You know what I mean? Those are the guys that are hating on the Raptors right now. But guess what? The Raptors are in 7th. We were projected to win 35 games.
Okay.
Come on, man.
So
I'm going with the Raptors right now,
5 game winning
baby.
streak. Yo, Wicked, who
Going
you
with the
got? Who
Raptors,
you got? Okay.
I mean, listen, I gotta go with the Raptors too, only
Let's go.
because I
Yes.
just started recently watching their games like top to bottom. Because
Yeah.
before I used to just catch glimpses of the game.
It's a beautiful thing
But
to
I've been
watch,
watching
man.
because one of my homeboys was like, "Yo, I know you," because I'm not gonna lie to you, I was off the Raptors when Kawhi left. That put a little bit of a dent in me
It
because
did.
for me it was just like, man, I hate rebuilding stages.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And so, because it always takes a long process.
It is.
Right? And you can't go from winning a chip to rebuilding. Like,
yeah,
Mhm.
what the fuck is that?
Like the next year.
I mean,
that's
yeah.
terrible.
Yeah.
Like there was no
horrible.
doubt.
So,
That's just the disrespect. Like Kawhi dissed. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But I trust the Raptors development system, man.
yeah.
I trust it. Man.
Well, we was having success, with DeRozan, right?
Yes.
So, we just need someone to fill in that spot.
Yeah.
And I wish he would have came back. When I said that, you were like, nah.
Nah.
But
We good.
if we had DeRozan this year,
we good, man.
come on now.
We
DeRozan
good.
ain't coming here.
He
What we did
wouldn't.
to
He
him,
What we
wouldn't.
did, nah,
After he got
nah.
traded.
what we
Yeah.
did to him, how we did it.
No.
Like I
Right.
get that's part of the
It's
game,
part of the game, but he
how
was
we did
invested.
it,
He was emotionally invested in us,
Yeah.
man.
He
You know what
was-
I mean?
he was like one of those guys that like, yo, I know people diss Toronto or whatever, but I'm signing with y'all.
That's what he said, and,
You know what I'm saying?
I rate that to the.
Y'all treat me like
To the
family.
fullest.
He and that's why I think it's very important that we got Freddie. We gotta make sure that Freddie's good here.
Yeah, I mean,
He wants to be here.
Yeah.
He had options.
undrafted.
He had options to go other places and get more money.
Yeah.
Right? Detroit, New York,
Yeah.
and he stayed here. Like
Yeah.
they like it here.
Yeah.
You gotta
But
treat those guys.
We gotta
good,
see
man.
because we know how this story goes, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we did it to a lot of our guys. We gave them the big money, we gave them the big contract, and
Yeah.
then something just in the end just didn't
But
pan out.
Freddie could get a max after this. You know what I mean? And that's the beautiful thing about the Raptors system. After your rookie contract, they'll throw a mid bag to you. It's a lovely bag, but it's still mid. It's not the max.
80 mil.
You still got to show and prove. And look what
I don't know. I don't
look
know
what
if Freddie
Freddie's
will
been
get
doing
I don't
after
think.
he
I don't
collected
think
that
that's
bag.
the right move to give.
I
Freddie.
think it is. You got to work for your stuff, man. Stop paying for chips and stop paying for. You got to work.
Yeah.
And Raptors are working, man.
But let's go to All-Star reserves, man. On the East, we got James Harden, Tatum, Zach LaVine, Freddie, well-deserved Freddie. Congratulations to you. Jimmy Butler, Chris Middleton, and Darius Garland. I want to say that I think that I could put in Jimmy Butler and Middleton. I think I can slide in Pascal because Middleton
Yeah.
wasn't playing great, and he
I
didn't
agree.
play
Yeah, I
full
agree with
games,
that one.
right?
Yeah.
agree.
I
Like
agree.
he missed
I
some
agree.
games quite a bit, and he
Yeah.
hasn't played well like that.
Where
You know what I mean? And that's why
where's
Milwaukee-
Milwaukee sitting right now?
I think they're
Milwaukee's third.
no, they're not third.
I believe so.
No, they're not third.
Yeah, they're third.
Are they?
Yeah,
Oh
they're
man,
third.
they're tied for third with
No,
Cleveland.
Cleveland's fourth.
32 and 21, 32 and 21.
Bucks
They're-
are 33 and 21 at the moment.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right.
I mean, like, you guys watch Milwaukee games because I'm not watching them.
You know
I
what?
watched them.
I watched
and he
them
hasn't
play
played
against
well.
Portland last night.
Yeah.
He hasn't
I
played
fell
like
asleep.
yeah, he hasn't been playing great.
That's the thing, right? Like, sometimes if you're not watching them daily, it's hard to see why these guys got chosen as,
Yeah.
Yeah,
as
You
an
know,
all-star.
I mean,
right?
I think it's just
like we watching Freddie.
yeah.
We're
So we
watching
know-
Freddie.
And we
yeah.
watch and we
He's
watching
supposed to be there,
Pascal,
right?
man. I mean,
Like we watching play to play to play to play. Like
Come on,
each
we
play, right?
emotionally
watch it-
invested, man.
exactly.
We
And Jimmy
emotionally
Butler's
invested.
been hurt, and he hasn't played that great. Maybe Tyler
Mhm.
Hero was maybe the best to me on the Heat so
Yeah.
far this year. Tyler Hero.
Well, with them sitting second, he's gonna get that.
He's gonna get it,
Yeah,
right?
He's gonna get that.
all right.
In the West, you have Jokic, Chris Paul, Devin Booker, Donovan Mitchell, Draymond Green, who's gonna get replaced because he's not playing. Karl Anthony Towns, Rudy Gobert. So already, Draymond's not playing. He's gonna
Right.
get replaced. Who do you replace him with?
I like Anthony Edwards.
Anthony Edwards. Who else in the West? DeJounte Murray.
Yeah, DeJounte Murray. Yeah.
You got Brandon Ingram.
Yeah, you can't go
Yeah,
wrong with
can't
any of
go
those
wrong with
guys.
that.
I
yeah.
would say maybe Ant-Man. I'm not mad at that.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at with Boston.
Can't go wrong.
With Minnesota.
Can't go wrong.
You said
Ant-Man.
Towns is in there, right?
Towns is in
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Towns
Yeah.
already in there.
I'm not mad at that. And I don't know. Maybe in the East, like I said with Middleton, I can see Pascal
Yeah.
getting in there, and maybe LaMelo.
LaMelo deserved to be in there, man. He was definitely a
LaMelo?
star, man. Like,
Yeah.
I love
I
his
think just
game.
because of box office and what the All-Star game's about,
yeah,
which is the fans
That
wanting
was-
to
that would've
watch
been
that type
perfect
of
for him.
game.
Yeah, he
that
fits
type
in there
of play.
perfect.
He
Yeah.
fits in there
Yeah.
perfectly. He should at least be a reserve,
Yeah,
maybe not a
Mhm.
starter, but again, there's always those gray areas when it comes to the reserves or
Facts.
the team.
It's tough.
It's every season.
Yeah.
It's like that.
it's tough.
it is.
You
It is.
always got to say, look, this guy should have been in there instead of this guy.
Right.
There's not, listen, I've been watching the NBA, like I said, since 87, 86. So, like,
Look at that.
even then, we were talking the same shit. You know what I mean? Like, this guy shouldn't be in the All-Star
reserves.
game. Yeah.
because it's always
What
the
the
fan
fuck is
favorite.
this guy doing
Yeah.
there?
It
Yeah,
wasn't-
what is this
it wasn't
guy
fan
doing?
favorite
Yeah.
back then,
right,
though.
You know what I mean? No, back then it was
It was
coaches.
coaches who
and-
picked the
yeah,
starters.
I think I can't remember exactly what the procedure was, but
Yeah,
I do know
I
that
don't think
it
it
was
fan favorite. I definitely wasn't.
no, it wasn't fan favorite. It
Yeah.
was definitely not fan favorite.
Mhm.
I kind of miss those days.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I kind of miss those
Coaches.
days. Yeah, because you can get fans to like a player, and I think when what was it when Yao Ming was getting like the number 1 votes.
He was getting all the votes.
All of China they did it strategically.
Yao Ming was getting all the
You know,
votes.
it's like, what are we doing here? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
are we going by popularity contest? Or are we
That's
going
exactly
by
what it
actual
is.
skills here? Because I like
Yow.
the skills.
Gotta love the skills, you know.
But I think it should be a combination of both.
Definitely.
Right. So James Harden and Ben Simmons, man. The rumor James Harden is
Just trade them. Just trade them both head up. Like you know?
no. I don't think I wouldn't do that.
Why not?
You got to give me more than Ben Simmons.
Nah, man.
You got to give me Tyrese Maxey.
We're not
you gotta
gonna
give
do
me
that.
Thibault.
I'm
If I'm the Nets, if I'm the Nets, you're just not giving me Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah.
There's no way on earth.
But then if you don't come with a deal, Harden may just leave.
Yeah, but it's going to be a sign and trade anyway. So they
Regardless.
don't have to trade him right now.
Right.
He's going to get a sign and trade.
He's unhappy. This is not a good look right
Yeah,
now, man.
so-
It's not looking good for Brooklyn, man.
But no, I don't think it's a part of Brooklyn. I just think that you thought you were going to come to Brooklyn and get an easy ring.
Oh, that's a good point.
And you're
Definitely
just
good
being
point.
a baby. Like we saw you baby your way out of, Houston. Came
Yeah.
all fat, hurt yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hurt your hamstring because you weren't used to that weight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now things ain't going the way you wanted to go. We need James Harden. This is not the old James Harden that we know.
Yeah.
Right.
But what is he really upset about?
I don't know.
His role
because-
apparently.
Kyrie
The
playing
city-
part-time, so, I mean, you getting the ball.
Right.
Like, what are we talking about here?
I don't know.
Rumblings are
I can-
he's not feeling the role. He's not feeling the
No,
rotation.
I can see the
he's
rotation.
He's not feeling Brooklyn.
I could understand the rotation. And like I said, I'll tell people before.
living in Brooklyn,
Steve
sorry.
Nash is not, he's a great player, but
Yeah.
I don't think he's a great coach.
Yeah.
Like, I
we have
don't.
yet to see, right?
Like,
We haven't seen it
but
yet.
I've seen Nash sit there and watch Brooklyn, like other teams go on 20-0 runs,
Yeah.
and Nash is sitting there like,
before calling a timeout.
before calling timeout.
Okay.
Yeah.
Last night, I seen the Lakers going like a 9-0 run.
Just said
Thibodeau was
that.
like, timeout,
Real
quick.
Yeah.
Let me get these guys in order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what a coach is supposed to do.
Steve Nash letting them play out.
Steve
play it
Nash
out.
is sitting there like,
like learn from your
figure it out,
mistakes
guys.
and figure it out. Like
20-0 to 23 to like 2 run. And he's
Yeah.
just sitting there like, yeah, okay.
You know what I was thinking is like, I think there was a couple games when I saw the Brooklyn Nets play where Harden was the main guy. I think KD and both Kyrie weren't playing a couple games, and
Was that last year or this year?
this year,
Okay.
and he was able to do his game,
Right.
right? Like how he played in Houston,
Right.
right? When he was at his peak. And I think when he got a taste of that, I think that's when the complaining started coming in, because it's like, yo, you see me, you see what I can put up. You see
Yeah.
we get a little, okay, yeah, maybe we lost against these good teams, but we beat certain teams, and like, I just feel like he probably feel like he's being undermined. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not using me to my full potential.
yeah.
And we know he can ball, right?
Right.
I can't really knock him about the complaining shit, because that's a lot of NBA players right now. Like,
They
a lot of
complain.
guys are in contract, one out. Like, look at Ben Simmons. This is a disgrace
Yo,
to me.
Yeah.
And that
And
ain't
that's another-
happening.
and that's another
That's
thing.
why that ain't happening over here, guys. In Toronto, come over to the 6th side,
Exactly.
baby.
Okay.
We know how to treat
All
you
right.
guys. We know how to develop you and play winning basketball, man. Come over to Toronto.
So what's the package like? Like, what's the package for Ben?
There's no package. You got to go 1 for 1.
It's
I'm
not.
gonna stick for that.
It'll
I'm gonna
never.
stick
That
with
won't happen
'Cause
because
Just look at
listen,
it.
what kind of Ben am I getting? Ben, is he going through this mental health stuff?
I don't
Like,
think- yo, I
what
think
is
he
he
just
doing?
wanted-
I don't know what he. I don't know what kind of player am I
He
getting.
just wanted.
And
he
no
just wanted
disrespect to the
out-
mental health
he
stuff.
just
No,
wanted
that's a
out-
serious thing.
He just wanted out.
Not a serious
He
thing,
just
but-
wanted out of Philly.
Yeah, but like
They
he's
dissed him.
But
He
he's
felt that there
saying
was
that
no
he-
loyalty, man.
But
Yeah,
what
and that
happens
might
if he goes to
true.
Brooklyn and they diss him too?
Right.
Right?
There
Like,
is
Yeah,
are
you
you
don't
gonna-
know.
You're
We
not
don't
going to be
know.
able to take the dissing,
Right.
the criticism. Like,
Yeah,
you got to be able
so
to.
you
take that shit.
you
But-
gotta sweeten the deal up more if you
I
want
don't
to
know,
come
man.
over here.
Hey,
If
in
I
the
was, I'd
right-
trade him somewhere else.
in the right system, Ben Simmons is a problem. Let's just keep it a buck,
I
man.
don't, listen,
What
I
the
think-
intangibles that he brings to the
done.
game?
We're done for now.
The intangibles that he brings to the game, defensively,
All right, guys.
on
Listen,
offense.
DJ
man.
Wikked, we appreciate you coming by, brother. It was
appreciate
all
it.
DJ
love.
Wikked,
This
man.
was legendary.
Appreciate you, brother.
What do you have? You have anything coming up? You want to let the people know what you got coming up next, man?
I mean, I'm going to Vancouver for the first time. I got booked up for like this new high-end club that they just opened up a couple months ago. So I'm gonna be there this weekend coming up.
Nice.
tonight, it's 44 and then after hours, but I'm just working. You know what I'm saying?
The
I'm
grind don't stop.
pandemic proof, baby.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Pandemic proof.
Let's go.
Hashtag.
You already know.
Listen, man, we appreciate you for coming by, man. This was amazing. Listen,
definitely.
I think we got some viral moments, man, with this
I
LeBron
think so,
stuff,
man.
man.
No.
This was good.
I
This
love
was
the way
good.
I love the way DJ Wikked said it straight. Context, man. Context
Yes.
is everything,
That's key.
baby.
That's key. We leave that out a lot
Yeah.
in these
That-
discussions.
Bottom line.
And respecting like people's knowledge, because a lot of times people just don't like certain things or certain people because the way they come about, and it's like people gotta look past that, and because there's your version of the truth, my version, and then there's the truth,
Bottom line.
right? And I like to go for the truth,
Yes.
because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what the fuck our opinion is.
Yeah.
The truth is the truth. Like, for
That's
example,
it.
when it comes to the Jordan and LeBron, we talking about 100%, we talking about 40%, right? Kobe 5 out of 7. I mean, I know what is
Ball
that?
drop.
What's 5 out of 7 in percentage
drop.
wise? What is that? Right?
Facts.
So
man.
what are we talking about here, right? And again, it's the truth, right? And everybody has their own opinions, and everybody has their own way of seeing things, how they see it.
Mhm.
But the truth always will be, what the final answer is.
Bottom
You know
line.
what I'm saying? So
Yes.
Much
it is what it
respect
is.
to the gems, man. The gems
Yes,
that you
sir.
dropped, DJ
Yes, sir.
Wikked.
Much
You know
respect.
what I mean? Hopefully we get an invite to one of the parties when you're in the 6.
I got you.
Come
I
on,
got
man.
you.
I
Shout out
wanna
to
get
Hip Hop
suited and
Hoops,
booted,
man.
Yes.
man. Let's do it.
Hip
I
Hop Hoops,
got
the
you.
biggest
You already know.
podcast.
Come
the
on,
biggest. There you have it. DJ
Salute.
Wikked, people. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
I was in the trap OG, serving out white. Think about it day to day, day and night. Last night I had a drink, and it felt so right.
Ron, them LeBron fans are going to be upset.
Oh my God, my students are gonna go crazy when they see this tomorrow.